Hey family, this is another episode of the Blemish Beauty Podcast, and I am your host, Shira Renee. If this is your first time listening in, I want to thank you for tuning in, and I pray that you hear something worth holding on to. For those of you who are joining me again, welcome back. The goal of this podcast is to erase the norm and embrace the truth. We all hide behind some kind of mask. So in this space, I want you to feel free to own your scars and see the beauty within. I am a Christian influencer, a mom, an entrepreneur, a content creator, and Jesus Christ is my source in all things. And I believe that with Him, anything is possible. So with that being said, let's jump into today's episode. So I'm back with another throwback episode from season 1. And this episode was my second episode, and it was entitled The Benefits of Survival. Hope you enjoy this bonus episode. I wanted to bring back this episode for all my listeners who are struggling with battles they don't tell anyone about. This is a very sensitive topic for me because I lost someone very dear to me due to this very reason. So this episode is dedicated to him. I want to take a moment to pause for all the lives we've lost due to depression, breast cancer, and domestic violence. For all of my survivors, I congratulate you on coming out on the other side and living to see another day. I'm so glad you're here. Most of us are really good at smiling on the outside, while on the inside we deal with depression, low self-esteem, and suicide thoughts. Some of us are also stuck in relationships that can cause these things and feel like there's no way out. If you are listening and you're stuck in a relationship and you feel like there's no way out, please email me so we can assist you with some resources. And I want you to know that you have the power to take your life back. And most of all, in this vulnerable space that you're in the right position for God to use you. Most of us deal with stress caused by things we took on without God's consent. Think about it. That job, that spouse, that decision you made. Ask yourself, was it a God thing or was it something you decided to do on your own? And now, because of that decision, you have to deal with the consequences that will affect your life forever. I want you to reflect on this and allow yourself to redirect your mindset. Tell yourself that you don't have a bad life. This is just a bad chapter, and all you have to do is turn the page. Don't throw the book away, because your story will and can be used to bless someone else. Your story is what sets you apart from the rest, and your story is meant to show others what God can do and has done. It's meant to be a testimony for others who need to see a miracle in real life. Revelation 12:11 reads, "And they overcome him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they did not love their lives to the death." What if you never heard that song that brought you to God? What if you never heard that sermon? What if you were never there to see or hear that testimony? Whatever it is that
led you to change would have never happened if that person who was responsible for that moment did not continue to move forward. If they would have given up, where do you think you'd be? As a matter of fact, what if God decided to dismiss his purpose? I'm sure the fasting, the praying, the backbiting, I'm sure all of that affected him. And I'm also sure he had days where he got weary and wanted to give up, but he didn't. So now, because he didn't, we get the privilege to still be here, living and breathing and alive to tell our stories. So don't forget that. Here's your beauty mark for the week. It's not about what happened, but all about how you choose to respond. We can't change the past, but we can choose how we show up to our future. Whatever your situation is, or whatever has you down and out, remember this. It's just a moment, not your destination. The journey hasn't been easy, but you survived 100% of it so far. And this is no different. Your life matters. So please remember that when the days get dark. Not only do you matter to the people you love, but most of all, you matter to God. So my question is, what are you going to do? You're going to get up and you're going to keep going. I promise you the best is yet to come. So hold on and endure it to the end. This was another bonus episode, and I hope you enjoyed it.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Blemish Beauty Podcast, and I need you to remember, you are graced and gifted for a time such as this. You are not here by accident. You have purpose in this world, and you have been created to do great and amazing things. Make sure you connect with me on Instagram and on Facebook at the Blemish Beauty Podcast, and follow me on TikTok at SharaRenee510. Until next time, spread love, show grace, and shine bright.